I am back to the center. I just got my video uploaded for tomorrow, and I'm watching some current issue videos. And I just saw Eric Steckelbeck was just telling us that the Israeli government is dissolving. Not having anyone in charge is not good at this time. And Russia is going to go into the UN and accuse them of committing crimes in their attack on the Damascus airport. It's not cooling off, people. It is heating up. We keep waiting for a trigger, and everyone keeps turning the valve, turning the gas a little higher, turning the heat up, literally and figuratively, because it's pretty hot where I'm at. Today was nice. It was in the low 90s, in the high 90s, but that's just what I'm dealing with. What the world is dealing with is seeing everything keep ratcheting up, and nobody's taken it any further yet. We know that Russia is really winning very well over in Ukraine, despite what the media tells us. They don't want you to be focused on Russia and worried about them. They want you to focus on their government here in the United States and be worried about them. They don't like the fact that Russia's taken some eyes away. We've got major things coming down on this country, and Russia's still over there winning. And they want Israel's oil and natural gas. It is so obvious that the world can't see it because the world's being blinded. Just like in the past where the enemies of God couldn't see the truth. We've talked about this before. They should have seen easily that Christ was who he said he was. He satisfied everything. But their leaders who taught people the right way to live, but didn't do it themselves, didn't recognize Jesus. And we're going through that again right now. They're not recognizing the bad players coming on the scene. It's getting to the point where the audio's not any good. I am sorry about that. I can't get any closer to the phone, so I don't know why the audio's bad. This is the same type of audio that I would use to record my normal videos. Is this any better? Just in case I'm plugging up one of the... I'm not using my camera holder, so I might be blocking up one of the holes. Does this sound better now? I hope so. It may be that it still has to polish it up a little bit. Okay, I'll try to keep my hands holding it the way it is right now. But this was important enough that I wanted to come on with a live video instead of trying to do another one for tomorrow or the next day. If the Israeli government goes away, yeah, I know. I was sitting here watching these other channels, and this just came up, and I have to tell you about it, because without a government in Israel, they're not going to respond in a quickly, a fashion. If they're attacked, there's no one there to fight back. So what's going to happen is Russia's going to look at this as an opportunity. Iran's going to look at this as an opportunity. The current administration will be totally dissolved next week. Then there's going to be an interim leader. And it's possible that Bibi Netanyahu could put a government together and take back control. But during that time of the new election, which if they hold them would normally be in October, but if you've got the people, you can actually step in anytime. But during this time, they're vulnerable. If a major attack comes right now, what are they going to do? So keep an eye on what's going on over there right now. And the fact that Russia is really upset that they bombed the airport in Damascus. Of course, Iran was using that airport to transport parts for building precision guided munitions, PGMs. So they shouldn't have been doing what they were doing. The government, of course, is pro Iran anti-Israel. So they were allowing it to happen, and they got bombed, and they don't like it. We know that Damascus is utterly destroyed somewhere in the end times. Are we leading up to that? I don't know. We could have another explosion because they've taken enough arms and put them in there. We could have another one like they had in Lebanon. It's their own fault, not ours, not anybody else's. But it's not getting better. Our people are telling us that it's getting better. Our inflation is normal when every item you look at is highly inflated, including gas. And the shelves are finding that there are a lot of empty spots. They're getting decorative about how they cover up the fact they don't have what they need. And you see about the cows that were killed in, where was that? Kansas or someplace? 5,000 cows died of heat. It's never happened before. And the only way they could die of heat is if they were deprived of water. So it is getting worse. Yeah, if Iran comes up with the nuke, they're going to use it the very first day that they got it. They're not going to wait. It would be nice if they had 2 or 3 or 4 or something that they could threaten with. But their goal is the destruction of Israel. They don't care. They're going to use it somehow. They may have to drive it down there. They may not have a launch mechanism for it that's compatible immediately. But they would drive it there in a van, somehow get across the border. They don't care. They might just get on the border and find out which way the wind's blowing and set it off. They've got a lot of options for someone that's so full of hate. They can't see straight. God's going to deal with them, but he's also going to try to scare Israel because Israel is not. With this coalition government that's ending, proves Israel is not behind God solely. There was a Muslim Brotherhood member on that board, whatever they put together. What's that called? The Knesset or whatever that governing body is called. You don't do that if you're following God. So they need to get slapped around a little bit, and God's real good at doing that. We've got a full Bible telling us the history of him doing that. So something's going to break soon. Just be ready. Be repentant. As I've changed my name on my website, The Voice Crying in the Wilderness, he is due any time. And how much we're going to have to deal with, I don't know. And where he says, no one knows the day or the hour, that's not talking the rapture, that's talking the second coming. But nothing says anything about when he's coming for the rapture. It's a spur-of-the-moment rescue. We're saved. Imagine if there was a large ship next to the Titanic when it was sinking. They could have been moved across there and everyone would have been saved. And there were ships close by. So we don't know we're in the season. We can see the world continuing to collapse. All the things of tribulation are being set up. The Antichrist is going to step into a world that's ripe for him. He's not going to have to do a lot of work. He may already be working behind the scenes with some of these powerful elites that we have out there. There's money going all over the place to set things up. Cryptocurrency is going to collapse so the government can take it over. Our dollar is going to collapse so they can replace it with cryptocurrency. And they're going to have to get us involved in it, so they're going to give us a big chunk of money in cryptocurrency so that we can survive. We're from the government. We're here to help. Oh my God, run. All right. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of this. Eric Stackelbeck, Watchman on the Wall. Find his channel if you're not already part of it. He often transmits from Israel. He's got a news channel now, so he's got his full support. So he's got a good team there putting his videos together. Far better than what I've got. Good, I'm glad you saw it. And I also posted a video earlier from Tom Hughes, another one of our end-time watchers he's got a very good channel. and he's been talking to people about what's going on. He's very up on the news. So you want to check his channel out. Yes. Tony Sue, yes, there's a lot of them out there. In fact, there's so many of them, it's hard to keep up. And since I've got to watch them on the same channel that I'm trying to upload my videos, I have to wait till I get my videos uploaded before I can. I've made my videos smaller so that I can get them uploaded a lot easier. Again, I told you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get a satellite system, a portable, that I can carry with me. That's the only way I can keep up with this because each site's different. I never know what I'm going to see. God's good about allowing me to do this. And if the video that I've been uploading is okay at the 720, I'll keep doing that for a while. Yeah. Then it's done. They're going to do the official paperwork next week, and then they wait until October for an official re-election. They've already had 5. This is going to be 6 or 5, I'm not sure, elections. We've only got 1 coming up this year, and they've had to deal with 5 or 6. It is crazy over there. And Netanyahu is waiting. He's the one that should be in there. Okay, 5, I got the message. I have a hard time with my memory. That's why I try to carry my Bible with me when I read, because I can't remember Scripture well enough. And thank you. I'm going to keep doing this video quality as long as I can. I like them to be at the full resolution, but not until I have control. All right. Well, I see that I've got viewers this time. Well, last time I did this, I didn't have any because I forgot to switch the switch over to public. So learning these things. I don't want to do a lot of live ones because I tend to ramble too much, and I like to have the facts in front of me. And while I'm doing this with my phone, I don't have the news stories right in front of me that I can pull up. I need to do this on a laptop, and without good internet, a laptop is not any good here. So the phone seems to be working until I take care of that. But anyhow, these are out there. You're seeing some of the videos. Tell your friends, make sure they're aware that the world is continuing to collapse around us. You need to scare them. If they're not a Christian, they need to be frightened to death, literally. If they're a Christian, be joyous because we're getting closer. We don't know the time, but the more things fall around us, we're getting closer. And I'm looking forward to seeing Jesus. And tomorrow I'm going to tell you some more from John, the book of John. We're not just seeing Jesus, we're seeing God. No one's really seen God except for his back when Moses saw him. But we're going to see God, Jesus and God. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father. So we're going to get to see the person, the being who created all this. Get your... Yeah. I wish I could tell you... Hello, Renee. I wish I could tell you good news that we've got it coming, this weekend is it. No. A lot of people have tried. And I told you the only way that I could guarantee being right is to predict every day until it happens. And you get tired of that. So I'm predicting tonight, just in case it happens and I'll be right. If not, then it's tomorrow night. But you know how it works. We're waiting. But we've still got work to do. Scare the non-Christians. Oh, and when you watch that Tom Hughes video, the abortionists are getting ready to declare war on all of us that are anti-abortion. So be prepared for that. They've been telling everyone to do like the terrorists do overseas, is to start attacking. And our government won't stop them because they like what they're doing. They're causing terror. Okay. If you're a Christian, sing with joy because we are close to the end. If you're not, you need to be one. It's free, given away by Jesus to those that want to know more about him and want to be a Christian. It's free. You can't work your way to heaven. There have been people who've tried. There were people who tried to heal in Jesus' time using his name, and they got beat up by the demons they tried to convict and get out. You need to have the Spirit of Jesus living in you, which is his free gift. And we just had the celebration of Pentecost, where everybody got the Spirit. These are great times. We're seeing revelation take place. We're setting up for this. Be excited about it, as I am. All right. We're soon to meet in the clouds. I don't know when. Everybody's going to get tired of hugging everybody else. The plan of alignment, I think, was on the 15th. But they're going to stay close for, the whole month. But I think the actual alignment was on the 15th. And that was our updated Pentecost. But nothing happened that we are aware of. Because Satan wants to know when the rapture is, because he's going to try to harm us. And the rapture is to protect us from Satan. So no one's going to be able to figure it out. It's not tied to a Jewish holiday. This is a Gentile event, or a Christian event. So our rapture is to protect us. And unless the Jew that's next to you is also a Christian, he's staying behind. This is a Gentile event. The Jewish calendar is going to come into play on all the stuff that's coming. Some of it hasn't been fulfilled yet. That was brought up about this last weekend. It hasn't been fulfilled, and it will be eventually. But right now, we're just trying to wait for Jesus and be happy. Get by. Buy up your stores. Prep up as much as you can, because our inflation is going to hit at some point. A loaf of bread for a day's wage. That's in the Bible. Now, are we going to see it? I hope not. But we're not going to get out of here because of that. We're going to get out of here because of Satan. He's going to try to lash out. It may have to do with him being kicked out of heaven. That's my guess. There you go. Everyone should have chickens anyway. Ducks, yeah, the ducks they're a little greasy, but if you know how to prep them, they're okay. But everybody should be buying 2 of everything that you need. If you can keep it, if it will store, buy it. I've got, food in these bins, plastic bins that are designed to feed you if you're completely out of food. And they don't taste good. If you're really hungry, you would eat them. Okay, what have I got? Somebody else coming in? Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either. Well, Satan knows who we are, but he's told to leave us alone. We're the restrainer, remember? So he can't come down and attack us. But once he's kicked out of heaven, what's God going to do to him? God's turning the earth over to him to do his damage. What was that? Yeah, they're messing with our food supply. Like I said, there's 5,000 cows that just were killed. There's been a number of food processing plants destroyed. The baby formula plant just opened and caught on fire. You think these are accidents? They're not. Prep. Buy 2 of everything. I've got my stores, but I don't have enough. Not if everything is shut off. Yes, industrial sabotage. Well, the devil goes back and forth between here and heaven. He has a free ride back and forth. He goes up there and complains about us, comes down here and oversees his demons, and goes back and forth. But he lives up there. He's got a nice place up there. He doesn't live in a swallow down here. He doesn't want to live down here. Yeah, they may have been poisoned, but the truth isn't going to come out. And they're doing well, it's too coincidental that all the food products that we're seeing are being sabotaged. So they could be doing it for insurance, but I don't think so. I think the people in charge are trying to scare us, and they're doing as much as they can. People know how to do this right, but if the government takes it on its own to destroy everything, you haven't got a chance, because they're everywhere. Yep. They want us to get to where we're so scared we're going to come to the government and say, "Oh, government, please protect us." and that won't lead to anything good. So that's why they're trying to collapse our government. They're going to be waiting in open arms to receive us in. And oh, by the way, we have a mark for you. Yeah, that's coming. That's how Satan is going to rule through the Antichrist. He's going to have cryptocurrency going out there so they know everything you're doing. And then you're going to have to get the mark. I don't know about the new vax. I haven't had any problem with the vax. I've had my 2 and 1 booster. Yeah, we've got to pray that people get to the Lord before Satan gets down here. The vaccinations were started, remember, by Trump before he passed the reins on to Biden. So I trust the vaccines, at least the early ones that were created. I haven't had my 2nd booster, but if it's like the first one, I didn't really have any symptoms. So I'm fine with the vaccine. There's going to be something bigger. All that was a test in the water for them, and they know that they can control us. So what are they going to do next? I don't know. We're not quite there yet. They're moving the chess pieces, as I said before. And chess is not a fast game. You can play it fast with a timer, but the experts that play where they think it through. They think 5 or 6 moves ahead at a minimum. And then they move, and then they wait. Timing is hard. What are we seeing? Go ahead and drop it in the chat down below for everybody if you got a good video link. It looks like I'm reaching my time limit before this thing shuts down, so I already said goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye again. Thank you all for joining in. I did get my video uploaded for the morning. Again, the quality is lower, and they're not as long until I can get my video problem fixed. So thank you all for being supportive. I really like your comments, and we're going to see us in the clouds soon. Okay. God bless.